They thought I couldn't understand English because of my accent, so they insulted me right in front of me. When I moved to the United States, I expected people to notice my accent. I didn't expect them to treat me like I was stupid because of it. I worked as a guest services associate at a 5-star hotel. My English wasn't perfect, but I spoke it fluently. The only thing that stood out was my accent, and for some reason that was enough for my supervisor, Amanda, to decide I wasn't capable of doing my job. Whenever guests approached me, Amanda would step in before I could answer. "I'll take this one," she'd say with a smile that looked polite to customers, but fake to everyone else. Then she'd quietly add, "Her English isn't very good." Guests would immediately turn to Amanda, and my coworkers would smirk as if it were some inside joke. The humiliation became a daily routine. One afternoon, I walked into the break room and heard Amanda talking with 2 coworkers. "I honestly don't know how she got hired," Amanda said. "Probably a diversity hire," one coworker replied. Amanda laughed before saying, "She probably doesn't understand enough English to know we're making fun of her." The 3 of them looked directly at me and laughed. I understood every word. I simply picked up my lunch and walked away. When I reported the bullying to Human Resources, they dismissed it as a personality conflict. They suggested we all be more respectful and close the complaint without interviewing a single witness. After that, Amanda became even worse. She gave me the busiest shifts, blamed me for mistakes made by others, and constantly reminded everyone that I wasn't qualified to deal with important guests. Then the hotel announced we would be hosting the chairman of a major international company. Winning his business would be the biggest contract in the hotel's history, so every department was under pressure. Amanda insisted she would personally handle the meeting. The problem became obvious almost immediately. The chairman spoke very little English. Amanda smiled confidently and opened a translation app, but every sentence became more confusing than the last. The chairman looked frustrated. His assistants started packing their documents, and it became clear they were preparing to leave. The general manager rushed over and desperately asked if anyone spoke the chairman's language. Before I could answer, Amanda laughed. "Definitely not her," she said. "She struggles with English." The chairman looked at me anyway. I greeted him in my native language and apologized for the confusion. His expression changed instantly. For the next 30 minutes, I translated every discussion, explained the contract in detail, answered technical questions, and helped both sides understand each other perfectly. By the end of the meeting, the chairman signed the agreement. Before leaving, he shook my hand and smiled. Then he turned to the general manager. "If she hadn't been here today," he said, "I would have walked out." The room went silent. The general manager slowly looked at Amanda before asking why the employee who had just saved the biggest deal in the hotel's history had been treated like she didn't belong. Nobody answered. An internal investigation began the next day. Security footage, witness statements, and ignored HR complaints confirmed months of bullying. Several employees admitted Amanda had encouraged them to mock my accent because she believed I made the department look unprofessional. By the end of the week, Amanda was fired. Human Resources received disciplinary action for ignoring repeated complaints, and every employee involved was formally written up. A week later, the general manager apologized to me in front of the entire staff and promoted me to the hotel's international relations team. He ended the meeting with a sentence nobody in the room forgot. "Speaking 2 languages is a skill. Mocking someone for having an accent only proves you barely know one." Nobody laughed after that.